Oh yeah. So what can I talk about? Let me see. Yeah, I can tell you more stories about South Africa. Well, I was born in South Africa in the mid '70s, mid the mid '70s, kind of mid to lower mid '70s, and yeah, it was interesting in Claremont, which is like 5 miles from Cape Town, from downtown Cape Town. So it was like nice. You could actually see Table Mountain. You can see the cable car from Table Mountain from the front of my house. So you can see like as you come out. So my house faced north. Yeah, north. faced yeah, because Table Mountain was like there. We were on the side of the mountain, one side, and Table Mountain's on the end of that mountain range, and then downtown Cape Town was there. And that way was Cape of Good Hope and Antarctica. So yeah, but yeah, we could just yeah. So basically, the normal week in South Africa when I was a kid, would be Monday to Friday. You start Monday, yeah. You get up, get your school uniform on. We wore school uniform with a blue tie, with a white shirt and gray pants, and you wore a blazer. You didn't have to wear the blazer, but you could. Um, and then yeah, and then you get up, have breakfast pro Nutro, which is this cereal kind of this powder type cereal. There's banana per Nutro and chocolate per Nutro. That's what we have. Or we would have post toasties, which is like cornflakes, and we call them. But then every kind of cornflake was called post toasties. Then I was like, so he's like, having post toasties. And it became one word, post toasties. Like not really post toasties. It was like post toasties. Post toasties as one word. Yeah. So yeah, we had so we'd eat that, and then we'd yeah, and me and my sister would walk to school. Our school was like 2 blocks away. It was like 1 block down to Rosemead Avenue, and then another like a block and a half, 2 blocks down straight up. But sometimes I crossed the field. I would cross the field and then go up the next street and over. And there was like a Shell station there, and then there was like a mom and pop store called Solly's. It was that Solly was this Indian guy who had the store, so it was called Solly's shop. And I was friends with his kids. Yeah, Yusuf was his not one of his kids. I thought the other kids. He had two sons, but we like hang out, and they went to my school. So yeah, yeah, pretty cool. I walk home on the way home. They go to the store. They go. I don't know if they lived there. I don't think they lived there. I don't think there was like any kind of house above the store. But yeah, I get free food because of Yusuf. Yeah, they kind of get like a snack. Kind of, and then they had like an arcade machine in there too. In the front, they had like a rocking horse thing. You put money in, you could be on a rocking horse, jump with a rocking horse. But yeah, so yeah, it was fun. They were nice guys. So yeah, but so yeah, so we got yeah, so we in the morning yeah go to school and do the classes. Our classes was our grade. We didn't do like grade one, grade two. We did sub A, sub B, standard one, standard two, standard three. I don't know. I guess South Africa was the only one who did that. I don't think any other. It was like a primary school in the British style. It's like a British primary school in everything, but it being in South Africa because that was our main culture was from Britain. You know what I mean? Because it was a British colony for a long time, so South Africa was culturally British. We said British, we say gloss instead of glass, and we say you know fast, but in a South African accent. So and we'd yeah, so my great grandfather was British. I mean, my family was culturally British anyway, just from my great grandfather. So it was so I mean that's the only kind of, and then we had the Dutch influence as well. So it was heavily Dutch and English, and still is, but also the native. But we're not native, so we didn't really have that native. We didn't really, yeah, But I guess the native is Xhosa, where they talk when they click. Yeah, but you always saw Xhosas like when I was a kid because they were all like moved out into segregated areas. So I didn't really get to, but occasionally you'd see a Xhosa and you see a old lady with a baby, with a thing and then wrapped around the baby would be in the kind of like a blanket around. It's interesting. But yeah, so we do that and I go to our class. And then sometimes we'd have these assemblies at school where we would sing hymns, Christian hymns. We had like a hymnal. It wasn't even a Christian school. It was so Christian, so like religious that yeah, we would just sing hymns. When we there, and it was still we prayed and because that's part of our culture at that time. We were very Christian. Everybody went to church on Sunday, but I'll get to Sundays in a minute. But yeah, so we do that, and then I go, and then after school we go home. They had lights, the traffic lights there by the corner, which we call robots. Yeah, we call traffic lights robots. Yeah, we're quaint people, Remember the first time we saw traffic lights? We don't really have a lot of traffic lights like early on. I never saw them hardly, but then they had them on the corner there. And ooh, we got robots. And yeah, so I would hardly ever cross there. I would cross where I shouldn't cross, like in the middle of the block to go over. But I was careful. I was like, just make sure there's no cars coming, and then you go over, and there's a median in the middle. You stand, and the car can't hit you because it's like up high, like you see now. And then I just wait for the cars to go, and of course the cars go on the left side of the road there, instead of the right side. So you kind of cross this way and that way. And then you just kind of go over again, and then either go to Solly's to get something to eat, if I had some money, or just go straight home and get some. A lot of times me and my sister we would as a snack we would go into our backyard and get a quince off the tree. We had a quince tree in our backyard, so we get a quince. We eat some quinces. We put salt on the quince and eat it like that. Pretty good. This will work with the apples, put a little salt in them and eat them up. Especially like a Granny Smith apple, put some salt in. Kind of like that. So, and then I go over to my friend Nicky's. He lives close by. So, he's like my best friend. But, yeah. But, I didn't really talk a lot about school here, but, we had like gym in the middle of but the boys and girls would have gym separately. We'd just run around the school or something, or play some kind of soccer or something. And in the field there at my school, on the back of the field, it was connected to the store. And then they sold candy to us. The thing would open up, and you stay in line, you buy some candy for like lunch or something. Yeah, but the field was just kind of like bare, kind of sand with a little bit of grass here and there. You just kind of can kind of play there, or you just kind of sit there and eat your lunch. But usually we try to sneak to the front of the school. You're not supposed to, but the front's nice. It's got green grass and flowers and and the trees, and we sit under the tree. No one really bothered us, but we weren't supposed to sit there during lunch. But me and my friend Andrew, we'd sit there in our uniforms and sit there and eat, under the tree, or get some of the girls to sit with us. It was nice. So, as long as we wouldn't do anything, no one really bothered us. But we weren't supposed to sit in front of the school. I remember them saying that, but we did it anyway. But no one really said don't do it. So that's because I think we were being good. So no one really said, what you doing? Yeah, and then usually Friday nights consisted of. So it was kind of several things. Either we go shopping at Pick and Pay, which is this big grocery store at the mall that was like $2 away from us. We'd go shopping with my dad, and we get groceries for the week and the weekend. And then we come back, usually with some lamb chops, and we barbecued or braai. We have a braai in the backyard. My dad had a brick made braai. It was pretty good. Or we do that, or we get together, or after that we get together with some of our friends. The Mackenzies and Nick and my friend Nikki, Ashley, and his sisters Penny and Tammy Mackenzie. Kind of hang out, and kind of hang out on the block, or and then we started going to this church group at my church on Friday nights. It was like, we watch movies and then we pray and then we have some snacks and play some games. But they show us movies. This was like circa 1980, so it was like, I saw the Spider-Man TV show. They showed those. They showed Flash Gordon one week. So Pete's Dragon, Mary Poppins. Always, see a movie a week there. Pretty cool. And because they didn't really show movies on TV. Then they showed like a movie on every Saturday night. But it'd be like, not like a major film, but and then Saturday would consist of my dad would be home watching sports and just kind of hang out with my dad. Or I'd go with my friends. Or we'd go downtown, Cape Town. We'd go on the train downtown Cape Town. We'd go to Claremont Station and go down. It wasn't that long. The train didn't take very long to go downtown. To get downtown, and that's where all the trains connected. So then we go walk around downtown Cape Town, shop, get some lunch. Then in the afternoon, we do it until about 3, 4 in the afternoon. Get on the train, come back home, Claremont, and walk home. And then do the Saturday night stuff, whatever, make some dinner or go out with some friends, and and then Sunday we go to church. We went to this Anglican church called St. James, which is in Kenilworth, which is right, the suburb right next to us. We're in Claremont, Kenilworth. It's pretty close to Kenilworth. We were. So, me and my dad would walk to church, and then I go to the Sunday school. The Sunday school was like a block away from the church. It was like this big complex, church complex, And so after Sunday school, I had to walk to the main thing to join my dad for the church service. And I was always afraid to go in because I was always coming late and the service would start already. And I didn't want to walk in and just look around for him and go, "Oh, Daddy, where are you?" So I just sit on the front steps of the building till the end of the service, and Dad's like, "Oh, why didn't you come in?" I'm like, I was just too afraid. So, all right. But I was listening to the service then. So then we walk home. And then sometimes we go to KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, on the way home. We get some chicken, take home. Or you can sit there, but no one actually, no one really sits in Kentucky Fried Chicken. Usually you take things to take home, so we get the family meal. It must have been pretty cheap back then. Like they would get the meal like R5 maybe, something. Rand is what we go with. Pretty inexpensive. But and then we watch TV, eat, unless they made some food previous night, and then we'd get together with my uncle and we'd go to the beach, go to Muizenberg or Cork Bay, or someplace. So go in the mountains, get some a watermelon, eat it up in Claremont Gardens, and then we come back on Sunday night, and then go to school on Monday. So that was kind of a bridge version of a kind of a week when I was a kid. Normally, a normal week in South Africa as I was growing up there. Interesting, man.